Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to take a look at a very special and practical tool that is designed for you if you use a lot or process a lot of rifle cases. It's also very useful if you shoot calibers like 300 Blackout and you want to convert 223 Remington cases into 300 Blackout. Let me introduce to you the Armanov Case Trimmer. Is designed to go away with the old school trimming technology and instead utilize a standard handheld router with cable or battery operated that has a standard 64.8 mm main body diameter and uses 8 mm bit attachments. Now, if your router has a standard of 6 mm or maybe 1/4 inch bit attachments, there are also available a lot of conversion kits or different cullets, so you can reorganize your router to fit 8 mm attachments. This kit includes everything you need to mount the router to your trim die. It comes with a special 4-flute end mill that is specially designed to cut brass extremely precisely and leaves a very clean cut. When assembling, you just attach the main body of the router to your existing short trim die, and then you can insert any standard router, like I mentioned, with a body of 64.8 mm. You can get these routers from DeWalt, from Milwaukee, from Makita, Ryobi, Bosch, and so on, and utilize this machine to cut your cases. The main body is made from aluminum and it's designed to allow super quick setup and minimize setup time. It's also designed to be as rigid and strong as possible, so the settings of your router will not move. So now we will check what do you get in the box, and later on I will show you how to install and set up and also show you how it works. Let's go. So let's take a look at the packaging and what's inside. As you can see, this is a very compact packaging because it can utilize a pre-existing technology like the router. Let's open it up. And inside you can see you get the vacuum attachments, you get the 4-flute router bit, and you also get the router holder body itself. To get the most of the Armanov Case Trimmer, I would also like to show you two related products that I think are worth mentioning. First is a spare 4-flute end mill, the exact same as you get in the package. When you are cutting and processing a lot of brass, it pays off to always have a spare in case of any problems. The second one is a short trim die zero plate toolhead, in this case for Dillon 6 and 750 machines, designed to be used with short trim dies and reduces play at the trimming station. This may not be needed depending on the machine that you are using. Now we are here at our XL750 machine, and you can see we are utilizing the Armanov short trim toolhead and the Dillon short trim die. We have also set up the resizing die for 223 on the first station, and here on the second station we will use the Armanov Swage Pro to also swage the primer pockets. This means that we will do 3 operations in this setup, and the final operation will be to resize from 223 to 300 Blackout, and using our router, of course, cut the case to the optimal length. Now, when installing the die, move the shell plate to its uppermost position and screw in the die until it touches the shell plate itself, then do 1/4 rotations backward and tighten. This is approximate setup for resizing the case. And now, when this is all set up, we are ready to install and set up also the Armanov Case Trimmer. Let's do it. First is to take your router and mount the 8 mm 4-flute end mill. Click the head to be still, insert and tighten. Tighten pretty well so the router will not move up and down or spin inside. When this is done, we will take the router body and First, make sure that this screw does not stick out more than, let's say, half a millimeter, maybe 1/4 of a millimeter. It's designed then that when you are fitting the router itself, it will fit into this channel like this and prevent the router from spinning inside the body. When inserting the router, insert it until it sits on the lower lip and then tighten this clamp to hold the router in place. Tighten it quite well because otherwise the router can move up and down. When you have everything mounted together, as you can see, it looks a little bit like this. Now we can insert the router onto the die and start turning it. Here is where a already trimmed to length case comes in handy, but if not, then you need to use trial and error and put a case inside, cut it, and then adjust accordingly to move up or to move down the router itself. This will adjust the final cut length. When you are satisfied with the setting, you need to lock this nut, and this locks the body and router assembly in place. Install the battery and you are ready to resize and trim. We are just going to mount the guard for the vacuum and start trimming. Now, before we start, I need to point out that regardless of this vacuum attachment, you must always have safety goggles on when doing this, so you are safe. Another thing I would like to mention, because when we start this up, I will not be able to talk, is that, as you can see, we are resizing and cutting 223 brass and producing 300 blackout. In this case, you need to be aware that a little bit of spin on the case may occur because the router will start trimming a little bit before the die will grab the case. So you have to have quite a, let's say, an aggressive speed to this. But if you are trimming, only trimming and not reshaping cases, so just trimming 223, trimming blackout or any other case, then this is not a problem you need to worry about. So let's install the guard. As you can see, it's designed as a clamp-on design, which you just put behind and it will clamp around the bottom of the router holder. You install the connecting piece and the vacuum hose, and we are now set to go. I recommend you to use the highest setting, so the fastest setting on your router. And just to give a little retrospective, I have set up this shell plate, so I first size the 223 case. I also have the Armanov swager, as you can see here. So I will swage and then also trim and reshape from 223 to 300 blackout, all so this mimics a real-life progressive setup. Let's do it. As you can see, I was pretty aggressive on the upstroke, so when the router bit catches on the case, it starts a nice and quick cut and does not spin the case inside the shell plate. Let's check our work, if they are the correct length and if they go into the gauge. So here we have the calipers, and in millimeter is 33.75, which is a damn near perfect length for 300 blackout. I would like to show you the edge. As you can see, a nice clean cut. And now you can see this is a swaged, reshaped and cut 300 blackout case. And now the ultimate test. I have the Armanov gauge for 300 blackout, and we shall see if it is formed correctly and fit into the gauge. And as you can see, it fits like a glove. This is how you produce a 300 blackout case from a 223 Remington. Regardless of the vacuum attachment, this still can be quite messy and little parts can still fly off. This is why, like I mentioned, safety glasses are a must-have when trimming cases. Doesn't matter if you trim and resize or only trim the top of a case that is too long. The Armanov Router Case Trimmer is a unique solution for all reloaders that value efficiency and consistency. It's designed to be robust, super easy to set up, and perfect for all progressive reloading workflows. It turns an ordinary router into a professional case trimming machine. If you are processing a lot of rifle brass or turning an already existing brass like 223 into a 300 blackout, this is a product well worth investing in. If you are interested in getting the Armanov Router Case Trimmer or the short trim dial toolhead or a secondary router attachment bit, you can find them on our webshop armanov.com, and of course I will link them in the description. You can also like, subscribe and give us a comment in this video, and click the bell notification icon to be notified when a new video drops. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, and like always, see you in the next one.